So we are back again to review this new release by Azzaro that I was really looking forward to. I did my first impressions on it last week, and so today we're going to do a full review, let you know if it's changed, what I think about it, all of that good stuff, what seasons it's good for. This is Azzaro's Wanted Eau de Parfum. So without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel and another fresh release in the 2023 men's fragrance community and a full review. Again, what I do is I do my first impressions, then 7 to 10 days later, I do a full review of that fragrance once I have got some wears on it, can tell you the performance, longevity, if it's worth a pickup at the price, all that good stuff. And I was really looking forward to this. This is the Azzaro Wanted Eau de Parfum. As you guys know, in the line, they have the original in the Tonic. Then they have Wanted by Night, Most Wanted, which is my favorite designer fragrance, and then Most Wanted Parfum, which is fantastic. Their line was going in such a good direction. They're probably the most unique designer line out there because of the fact that they're the first ones to really go gourmand, that are the in-store Macy's style fragrance. They're the ones that went gourmand first. They're the ones that are trying new things, and I really like that. Like, they started with the Wanted by Night with that fruity, woody, cinnamon style fragrance, and I really like that. Then they went to the toffee and all that. They never really got the fresh fragrances right in the line. They do have other lines that have good fresh fragrances, but they never got it right in this line. The original Wanted is just a basic fragrance, slightly synthetic, well, pretty synthetic. Then you have Tonic, which is like toilet water. Some people like it, but most people hate it. This one I was really looking forward to. I heard that the one that this looks like, which is Wanted Freeride, they're like identical bottles and everything. I heard that one was okay, but I never got to try it. But I can tell you this one is the best freshie in the line, but does it really stack up to other designers out there? Is it worth a pickup? All that good stuff. I'll let you know in a second. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, all of that good stuff. So they gave you a 3-note breakdown with this fragrance again. It doesn't really tell the full story of the fragrance like it did in Most Wanted and Most Wanted Parfum. So I will give you those 3 notes and then everything else that I get from the fragrance. So the top note is juniper, the mid note is sage, and the base note is vetiver. When you first spray this on, it's not just juniper or sage or anything like that. And actually, you don't really get much sage or vetiver in this fragrance, which is weird. But that doesn't surprise me because with all of the other freshies in the Wanted line, they're very muddled where you can't really smell this or this or this or this. You can only do that whenever you got to the warmer fragrances. So with this one, what they did was they started out with some citrus and some juniper. So you get that slightly fruity and greenish tone mixed together with some citrus. The citrus is just a nice backbone. My guess is it's like a lemon bergamot mix or something like that, but there's definitely some citrus aspects in the opening. You get a little bit of an aromatic undertone, and this almost like Most Wanted sweetness that's underneath the entire thing. It's almost like a nutty vanillic tone that is underneath the whole fragrance, and it becomes more prominent as you get further into the fragrance. If you're thinking Most Wanted, it doesn't smell like that at all. I was just kind of letting you guys know there is an undertoning sweetness that reminds me of closer to that than the other ones in the line. But okay, so you have that citrus, you have that juniper, and then you have a little bit of an aromatic tone. It doesn't come off like a sage or a lavender or anything like that. It's just kind of just an aromatic tone. It just feels fresh, clean, a little bit airy, but it also has a little bit of the thickness that makes this an all-season fragrance. It's made as a fresh fragrance for spring and summer, but it's definitely spring, summer, fall, winter. I would actually classify it more as a transitional season fragrance, like your spring into fall. Even though you can wear it all year round, this would be ideal for those 2 seasons for sure. So as you get into the mid, into the dry down, the fragrance does go through these little waves where that citrus dissipates, and then you get this aromatic woodiness, like an amber woodiness almost, and then it kind of comes back up to that opening. And it's very weird, and it does that like 2 or 3 times for the first 20 minutes, where you're between that like citrus and juniper down to this woodiness up to the citrus and juniper. It's weird how it does it. And I asked 2 other people and they said it was very similar for them. Then once you get to the bulk of the fragrance, you get reminders of that original Wanted, but do not think that this is a true eau de parfum. It does not really smell like the original Wanted. There are certain times of the fragrance where if you put them side by side, you can say, okay, there is some of that Wanted DNA under there for sure. But then when you get to the dry down, it's kind of a weird fragrance for me. I don't know whether I like it or if it's just an average fragrance for me, which is still a like. There's nothing about this fragrance that is off-putting that would make somebody say, oh, I hate that. It's either gonna be, yeah, it smells nice, or you're gonna love it because you just like these style fragrances. As you get further into the fragrance, 30 minutes, you get a little bit of a dryness as well as this like sweet nuttiness that I was telling you about. That does come forward a little bit more, where it's like a fresh sweetness that has like an undertoning nuttiness. There's no nuts or anything like that in the actual description. It definitely comes off that way, like an almond or something like that. That's what it comes off like as a vibe, almost like a vanillic nuttiness. And you mix that together with some woods and aromatics, and that is what the rest of the fragrance is. That is the gist of the fragrance. It's a very simple dry down. Once you get about 20 to 30 minutes, once those waves stop happening, you just get that woods and aromatics with a slight bit of spice and a little bit of musk, and then you get this like woody or this vanillic nuttiness that's underneath it. Again, I don't know what to think about the fragrance. My wife said she said it was good, but like, would I consider you wearing that over other fragrances you have? No. Do I think you should keep it? Yeah. I kind of agree. It smells like a more modern take on the original on the original Wanted. If you kind of just scrape that DNA down to its core and then added a few little things on top. Mostly it's just an aromatic woody fragrance that has that sweet nuttiness underneath, and then in the opening you get some citrus and juniper. That is the best way to describe the fragrance. If you like that style of fragrance, definitely go try it out. As far as the performance on it is concerned, it doesn't come close to like the Most Wanted Parfum. It's more around the lines of Wanted by Night, where you get about 6 hours. I got about 5 to 6 hours on it, but it is more light on your skin, so it starts out around moderate for the first 2 hours, giving you a nice personal bubble. Then it becomes more closer, like 2 to 3 inches away from the skin for another 2 hours. Then it's a skin scent, and then it's pretty much dissipated about an hour or so after that. So I would say on average about 5 to 7 hours would be a good call for this fragrance, depending on if you wear it on your skin or on your clothes. Yeah, I still need to get some more wears out of it, and I think that even once I do, I'm not going to have a full detail of whether or not I love this fragrance, like this fragrance, or just think it's average. I think I'm leaning towards it's just more around the average side, but who knows? It's definitely not one of my favorite fragrances of the year, and I was actually looking forward to this maybe being different, but I still had in the back of my mind, Azzaro Wanted Freshies are not the best. So this one kind of still does that for me. Let me know in the chat if you tried this before in the comments, and let me know what you guys think about it in comparison to the rest of the line. I say that this is my 4th favorite in the line. Obviously, Most Wanted, Wanted by Night, Most Wanted Parfum, then this, then the original, then Tonic. But yeah, that's my order. Let me know, and again, I'll be back with another fragrance. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Peace out.